Do you like all the flags?
Yeah, that's quite a treat. God, I've never seen that many Canadian flags flying, even in Canada. Yeah, that's quite something.
Canada flags are always flying here. I like the Canada flag.
Jake's Gift is a story I wrote about a Second World War veteran that goes back to Normandy for the 60th anniversary of D-Day. And his main goal in going back to France is to find the grave of his brother who was killed overseas during the war. And it's the first time he's been back since the Second World War. And he meets a young French girl there called Isabelle, and she helps him deal with the loss of his brother. And she's really the person that really helps him deal with some unresolved ghosts. And it's a drama, one-act play. It runs 65 minutes. And even though it is a drama, there are little raindrops of comedy in there that I think kind of balance out the story. And we've had the most amazing experience traveling across Canada for the last 9 years. The inspiration for writing Jake's Gift came from a few different avenues. Initially, I had done a workshop that was about creating characters, and I was working with a mask that looked like an old man, and my job was to write a story about who I thought that character was. And so I started to write this story about these three veterans, or three brothers from the prairies. They were from a small town in Manitoba, and it just kind of came out of that. And I wanted to expand that story, and the character I created was named Jake. And in the original writing, he wasn't a veteran, because I realized now that I didn't have that voice. I didn't know how to speak from a veteran's voice because I'm not a veteran. And about a year after that experience, I was watching the National one night, and Peter Mansbridge mentioned there was going to be this 60th anniversary ceremony in Normandy. And I just had this feeling like that's where the rest of the story was. And I had told my partner, Dirk, who eventually became the director of Jake's Gift, that I feel like that's where the rest of the story is. So I went there for a week in 2004 for the 60th anniversary, and I interviewed as many veterans as I could, and as many local French people and visiting Canadians. And so the story is a combination of all of those experiences kind of meshed into one. It's been amazing. I love so much talking to the audience after the show, because everyone has a Jake in their life. In the play, Jake's brother, who he goes back to find, his grave is the grave of a soldier called Chester Hebner. And he's a real soldier whose grave I came across in Normandy in 2004. And I was drawn to it because of this little red maple leaf card that was leaning up against it, and it said, "I think you're great for helping make Canada a peaceful country, je me souviens." And so that became part of the play. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I managed to track down the family, and it was an incredible experience to meet the Hebner family. Alice Phelps is the only living sibling of that generation of Hebners, and so she was able to tell me a little bit about Chester, and Clifford was another brother who was killed overseas, and it was amazing to meet her.
That's our brother that died here. So I guess it's my way of making it up to Marty, all right?